There's all this fear mongering going on about the foreigners dumping debt and America's debt, treasury bonds, or whatever. And they say as recent as June, July. But who gets the treasury debt once it gets dumped by nations or banks or persons? The Federal Reserve, it goes in the Federal Reserve assets. Now, as far as I see, the decline in Federal Reserve assets was completed March 25th. That began about March 8th, around there. Federal Reserve is quick on the Federal Reserve on the notes on its assets, what they hold. And whatever they hold, that's either banks or the Federal Treasury notes. That's what they hold. They hold mortgage-backed securities from banks. When banks need money, the banks will sell these mortgage-backed securities to the Federal Reserve to get money. I mean, they also Federal Reserve a 3 or 4% rate mortgage-backed security to get cash to lend us to get cash at 25% rate or a quarter on the $100 rate. Back a couple years ago, anyway. Now it's $5 on $5.50 for every 100. Because Federal Reserve been tightening up money supply, and Federal Reserve is trying to get back $40 billion by selling the banks back their mortgage-backed securities every month. Now that's why the Federal Reserve assets is going down. The Federal Reserve is getting back their cash. And when anybody dumps the securities, it goes up, like here. Make that bump right there. March 22nd. That's when a dumping has happened to treasuries. Because the last man standing, the Federal Reserve gets them. So all this fear-mongering is going on online about the foreigners dumping debt. You find it here, quickly. They report like every week. And it's updated like at least weekly. You notice the update date, September 14th. That's pretty quick update compared to any other market stuff. So don't believe these people is talking about dumping debt in June, because the debt I see that's been dumped happened back in March. I don't know where they get their information, but obviously they need to do some fucking bookwork, some hunting, some macroeconomic knowledge to know where to look. The value, I believe that was dumped, was like 400 billion. Yeah, about 400 billion, maybe 450 billion. So that's where the Chinese dumped 400 billion when they went from $1 trillion of America holdings down to 500 billion. So you see when the Chinese dump, and of course the curve's going down. So, for the dumping to happen, to go up like that, while the curve's going down, there's some numbers differences. So about 500 billion maybe, I don't know. But, that's when the dumping happened. It didn't happen in June. It has to go somewhere if they did dump. And where does it go? There ain't no buyers of it. It goes to the Federal Reserve.